Hello, this is Vern with Camera Vision, the camera guy. We're going to go over a video tutorial on how to interface with your HD network video recorder. You need to use a Windows PC and you need to use Internet Explorer. So we're going to open up Internet Explorer here, and the Internet Explorer comes up. If you haven't set up your ActiveX settings yet, please stop this video, go back to my previous video that has the tutorial on how to set up your ActiveX and do that, because we will not cover that in this video. First, let me point out something that seems to be very simple, but a lot of folks kind of confuse the two. This is your search bar right here. Whether you're using Yahoo, Google, whatever you're using, this is your search bar. This up here is a search bar. This up here is the address bar. So when I refer to the address bar, this is what I'm talking about. Not this and not this. This is the address bar. Please don't take offense, but so many people, when I tell them to type their address into the address bar, they will put it into their search bar, and then they'll tell me that they're getting all of these different results, but they can't connect to their recorder when they're not putting it in their address bar. If you type your address into your search bar, it will not work. So you need to type it into your address bar. The address bar will usually start with HTTP or HTTPS and then the address. For instance, this is the address for this Google search page. So I already have the address typed in, so I'm simply going to drop my box down and I'm going to click on the address here, and the page comes up. Now, for you, before this page is going to come up, it's going to pop up a box. There's going to be a pop-up. It's going to come up, and it's going to ask you for permission to download the ActiveX control. Now that's not, don't confuse that with setting up ActiveX. Once you set up ActiveX, you're giving the computer permission to allow this pop-up to come and show up for you. It's going to show up here in the middle, or it's going to show up on like a little toolbar down here. But either way, it's going to be asking you for permission to run it, to install it. Depending on your operating system, the wording could be a little different, but it's going to pop up. You're going to say yes, install it, or yes, run it. Once you do that, then you're going to come up here to the toolbar here, and if you've watched the ActiveX controls, you'll know that you need to make sure that if you're in Windows 8 or Windows 10 that you're actually in the correct Internet Explorer. So you're going to come up here and you're going to go to Compatibility Settings. Click on that, and then this box over here is going to show up, and the address is going to automatically be put in here. You're not going to have to type it in. So because I've already done this, it's not in there. It's already in my list. So this address up here, these 4 octets, is going to show up here. The HTTP is not going to be in there. The port number, which is 4000, is not going to be in there. Just the 4 octets is going to be in there. And then you're going to click Add, and then you're going to click Close. Once you click Close, this page is going to refresh itself and reload, and then you're going to put in your username and your password, and you're going to click Submit, and it's going to log into the HD network video recorder. This is the preview page. We have several links or tabs across the top here, and the tab that we're in right now is Preview. So over here we have the choices of cameras that we can connect to, 1 through 8, and we see the windows that they're going to show up in. Over here on the right, this is for pan, tilt, and zoom. So if you don't have pan, tilt, and zooms, this section right here is not for you. All right, if you have a pan, tilt, and zoom, then you will control this with a pan, tilt, and zoom with these controls, which I will cover in another video. Down below this, we have these 3 boxes here, which allows you to change the videos here. This one here goes 1, this one goes 4, and this one goes 9. And then this box right up here is going to allow you to take one screen. So if you're watching one camera like this, you can click this and fill up the width of your screen and the height of your screen. So if you have a 19-inch screen, it's going to fill the entire 19-inch screen up. If you have a 60-inch screen, it's going to fill the entire 60-inch screen up, and all these controls will disappear. In order to go back to this screen here, you will simply double click in the center of the screen or click escape, and it will bring you back to this screen. So for right now, we're going to start right here. Remember, you're watching high definition video. High definition video by its nature takes up a lot of bandwidth. And so what we want to do here is we're going to click on the substream and in order to watch the high definition video. That's what the S stands for, is substream. So if I come up here to channel 1 and I click on this, channel 1 is going to show up for me. And if I click on it again, it's going to turn it off. So it just toggles back and forth. If I click on this icon right here, it's going to turn them all on. And the boxes come up and fills right in, and we can see them all. Now, if I want to simply watch one video, now remember, this is live. This is not playback. This is actual live. What's happening now? What's happening on the property can be anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute ago, depending on how fast your internet is here and how fast it is there, how fast it is where you're viewing this from. So if you're sitting in a McDonald's, your video is going to be very slow, and you probably will not be able to open all of these up. So if you double click on a screen, it's going to bring it up like this, and you're going to be able to watch one screen. So if you want to turn them off, you just simply click here, and now they're all off. I'm sorry. There we go. Now they're all off. So that's how you watch the live view. In order to do a playback, you're going to click on the playback tab. This playback tab, you can play up to 4 cameras at a time, and you can select any of the 4 cameras. It doesn't matter what combination that you select. So let's just select cameras 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it fills in down here. We can change the date. We can click search, and we see here it fills in. So for the 10th, it didn't have it. It wasn't able to fill all the way in because it hasn't recorded for the whole day. But for the 9th, it did. So notice that when I click on the 8th, the date up here changes. So right now it says 9/9/2015. But if I select the 8th, now this changes to 9/8. And if I click search, it's going to refresh this down here, even though we can't see anything that it's really changed, but it has changed. It's gone to the 8th. And then you simply just double click on the timeline, and it will bring up that video and play that video back. There I am working on the cameras there at the clubhouse on camera 2. And if you want to change that time, you can just simply double click again somewhere else, and there you are. And now I'm gone. And so there's how you do the playback. You can click anywhere on this timeline to watch. Now there's another neat little feature here that you can do, and that is that you can expand. First, let me say, if you go all the way to the left, you have 0 hours, which is midnight. If you go all the way to the right, you have 2400 hours, which is midnight. All right. So let's say here we're watching this and we want to get more accurate on the time. If you look up the top here, you'll notice at the top of that line there is the times in increments of 1 hour, and then a little bit higher than that you can see it moving there where I'm moving. Let me lower this yellow dot down a little out of your way. But you can see up there, you can see the time moving, and it shows you where I'm at when clicking. But you can also use your mouse wheel, and you can roll the mouse wheel forward and watch the timeline change. See it changing? And now we have changed to 1 minute increments. So this is 1624, which is 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 1625. All right, so you can get more accurate as to where you want to be that way also. If I roll the wheel back, now it goes back and you can have a 24-hour timeline. You come down here and we click the little icon that says stop, and the video will stop. So that there's how you watch, and you can watch any combination of 4. Now in order to download video, simply all that you do is you can, and I would suggest not to try to download 4 cameras at a time. That's really going to get complicated. Well, actually you can't download 4 cameras at a time. Come down here to this icon here. Oh, hang on here. Let me show you something really neat here. Oh goodness, let's select this one here. Let's see if we can find a car coming in and out. Let's see here. Trying to find a car coming in and out. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's one. Okay, now watch. I just stopped that. Now notice where I'm at down here, frame by frame, okay? So I'm going to click play again, and I'm going to back up just a little bit here. Alright, let's see if we can catch these guys. See if I can drill in here a little bit more. Okay, there's the gate. Now I'm going to click on this right here. It says frame, this little film strip. If I click it, notice that the video stopped. Now this just simply means frame by frame. So if you need to slow the video down, you can get to where you want to be and then click frame, and then watch when I click it each time. I'm going to click and it moves 1 frame. Click again, and it just keeps doing that. So if you're now, even though these are not license plate cameras, depending on the time of the day and where the sun's at, you may be able to capture a license plate, be able to see one. And you got to do a lot of clicking here. We can see each time I click, that gate moves a little bit, and I'm just clicking away here because I know once that gate gets open, that car is going to start moving through there, and we might be able to see the license plate. And then I want to show you another thing that you can do as far as zooming in. Now the sun is probably in the wrong position. The license plate's probably going to be just one white blur because of the sun, but we'll see. So we can get a good description of the car. Now while we're here, we can click this right here and we can take a picture. So if I do that, notice that there was a flash there, and I can take pictures of it by clicking on this one here. It says capture. Now if I come back over here and I keep moving this, let's see if we can move that license plate up to where we might be able to see something. Oh, where'd he go? Come back. He jumped way up there. I clicked too much. See if we can get him to come back here. Well, I let him jump too far. Well, let's just assume that the car is sitting there. If you put your mouse up here and click on the screen and roll your mouse wheel forward, you can do this. So imagine the car sitting there and you're doing this. Now you're zooming by rolling the mouse wheel forward. Notice the more that we roll forward, the more pixelated it gets because we're zooming. We're expanding all the color dots, all the pixels. All right, so that will give you the opportunity to be able to see a license plate in there. So for the sake of time, we're not going to bring him back. All right, and I will show you how to see that picture here in a few minutes. So now we're going to stop it here, and I'm going to show you how to do. Well, let me show you where the picture's at, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to explain to you how to set up these files. So I'm going to minimize this screen right here, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I've already set up a file folder with all the files in it. So if I come in here to preview capture, double click, and I get into the file here, this is a picture that I took earlier for the swimming pool. And if we go back, and I don't know, maybe it didn't work. Let's see, playback capture. Okay. And there's the car. There's the car that I snapped a picture of. Okay. And I'll show you how to set up those files here in a little bit. And you can also zoom in on this too. Okay. You can zoom in there by doing that and making the picture bigger that way. But the car has to be in the right position, obviously. Okay. Excuse me. So now let me bring up the control panel again. So now let me show you how to do playback. So if we come in here and we do playback, you need to choose the camera. So let's go to the swimming pool, which is camera 5, and you need to choose a day. So during the week is not very busy, but I believe we had a holiday last weekend, so there's probably something going on in the pool last Saturday. Okay, so this is the year, this is the month, and this is the day. So over here on the calendar, I see that Saturday was the 5th, so I'm going to change the day to the 5th, and I'm going to change the day to the 5th again. You're never going to back up. You don't ever want to try this. You don't want to back up like, say, well, I'm going to back up 24 hours. Your computer is going to be busy for a very, very, very long time. Okay. Typically, most incidences are very fast and very short. Most of them just a couple of minutes, maybe 5 or 6 minutes, but video is typically very short. A lot of people think they need to back up hours or days or months worth of video. That's never the case. Okay. So now that we've chosen the day, which is Saturday the 5th, we're going to choose the hour. So let's go down here to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I believe I searched for some video earlier, so I believe there's some folks in this swimming pool here. Now I'm only going to download a minute's worth of video for the sake of time here. You can download more than that. So what we have here is 2015, the 9th month, which is September, the 5th day, and 1400 hours, which is 2 o'clock, 30, so 1430 and 0 seconds. So I'm going to download 1 minute. The start time always has to be earlier than the end time. You can't reverse those or it will not work. This section here has already been predetermined by the setting up in the configure where we want these files to go, and I'll show you that once we get done at the end of the video. The file format, you want to choose AVI in order to play back the video. AVI is a Windows format. You can play that back with the Windows Media Player, or you can play it back with VLC. If you play it back with VLC, you can go online, you can search for VLC, and you can download that. Let me caution you though, if you download VLC, make sure you go to the official VLC website. There are a lot of websites out there that has VLC that will let you download it, but you will get a lot of bloatware with it. They bundle a whole bunch of stuff together, and the way that they describe it to you, they do everything they can to trick you to try to get you to download all this other stuff, and you don't want it. So even if you go to VLC's official website, make sure that you look at each step and read everything so that you're only downloading VLC. The common things that it wants to download with it is like Google search bar. There may be some free antivirus. If you end up on somebody else's website, you can end up with just about anything. But typically, even with VLC's official website, they're going to ask you, would you like to download Google search bar? But instead of asking you if you want to do it, they're going to say something like, uncheck this if you don't want it. They're just assuming that you want it, and if you don't uncheck it, then you're going to get it anyway, and you're going to end up downloading other stuff. VLC is a very, very good program, and it will definitely play AVI if your Windows Media Player will not. Then you come down, the next step is come down here and say Start. And now it says Retrieving Video File, and we know that we're downloading 4 megabytes. And here you can see the download progress, and we're at 10%. And this is going to take a few seconds here to download this. And again, it all depends on the amount of speed, the internet speed that you have where you're doing this from, and also the internet speed that you have where the recorder's at. Now, the thing that you have, especially with this site here, let me just speak this particular to the site that we're looking at, is that this being a condominium association and a public swimming pool being there can be a lot of people logged into this thing. So you probably don't want to try downloading video while like the time that we're doing it now. On the holiday weekend where there's a lot of people at your swimming pool, where they could be logged into your Wi-Fi, which is going to drag down your internet speed. So once this reaches 100%, you can simply say exit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this window again, and I'm going to come back over here to my files that I've already set up, and I'm going to come up here to playback capture, and I'm going to go down today's date right here. I downloaded some video back on August 20th, and I'm going to click on this. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong file. That's the pictures. Should be backup capture, I think. The terminology is funny in this video recorder. Okay, there it is. There's the video. So we click on it, and it loads in, and then we can make the screen big, and we can see everybody out here playing. And you can click anywhere on this timeline down here. You can see it playing across here. This is only a minute. And you can click and you can make it go further, or you can pause it and you can make everybody stop. See the guy up here? Looks like he's just jogging back and forth in a swimming pool. And that's how you download the video, and then you've got it saved to your desktop. Okay? So now let me bring up the interface here again. Now, a minute ago I talked about where these programs go. So when you open up like backup here, you see here it says it's going to go up to, and then it gives a file line here where it's going to be saved at. By default, this will have a default setting which most people have a hard time finding because they never go to it. It's going to put it like in the C programs, HD. It's just a weird place to go. So what I do is I go and I set up the files ahead of time. So what you want to do, and this is the only time I ever want you to get into this config tab. Please do not go into this config tab and go anyplace else other than just this one time. If you do and you make changes to this, anything in here, then what's going to happen is it's not going to work right, and you're going to be calling me, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to see that things have been changed, and I'm going to send you a bill for service coming out and straightening the configuration back out for you. There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, this is a very, very smart machine. So you click on the config tab, and it's going to download the window here, and this is the page it's going to come up to. I want you to come over here to System Management, and I want you to come down to the very last one down here that says Local Settings. Please do not go into anything else in here. Alright, so over here we have all the different files that can be downloaded. Alright, now these are the ones where it has Browse. These 5 right here are the only files that you're going to set up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your desktop, which is going to be the easiest place to do it, so you can always find it. And you're going to write these names down. Okay, the preview capture, playback capture, backup capture, file capture, and preview record. All right, write those down. Then minimize this. And the way that I did it is I simply came in here, and now because I've already got the file set up, okay, and I've got all of these folders inside this one file. So the way that you do it, and again, please don't take offense if I show you this because a lot of folks don't know how to do this. I'm going to right click on the screen and I'm going to go to New and Folder. And then it pops up and it says New Folder. Now, right there, now if you happen to click again, that goes away. So if I click once in there, it highlights that and I can change it. So I can go in here and I can type and I can title it HD, and I can put network in there, which I'm not going to type the whole thing because obviously I already have a folder named HD network and I can't name them the same. I can't have two folders named exactly the same. So once you do that, once you set that up, then what you're going to do, and I'll just do a test. So I'm going to leave this HD net. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my I'm sorry. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to right click and you're going to say new. I'm sorry, new. Where's new? There's new. You're going to say new, and that's going to come up. And you're going to put your first name in there. You're going to put like playback folder or file capture folder or whatever name you want to be first in there. I would just do it in the list of order that it already has it. And you're going to name this that folder. So now I have forgotten which one was first. So let me come back over here. So the first one is preview capture. All right. So I will minimize this and I will name this. I'm going to click once. There it is. It's highlighted. And I can name this preview capture. Okay, now I've got preview capture. And you're going to do that all the way down. You're going to put all those folders in there. Once you do that, then you're going to come back into this window here, and you're going to come over here where it says Browse. And you're simply going to browse, okay? And you're going to go to your desktop, and you're going to come down, and so I'm looking for HD, okay, and there's my net, there's my new one, and I have a plus next to it because it's showing me that it has folders inside of it. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to click on that, preview capture, and then I'm going to say OK. Now I've just changed the destination of this folder from my original one to the new one. So if I download to this, if I want to do a preview capture, it's going to put it in that folder. I'm going to change it back. Desktop, HD network, and preview capture, and I'm going to say OK, and now it's back. So there's how you do it. And you click on the browse, you browse the folder that you already set up. You have to have the folder already set up, or you can do the new folder if you know how to do that. I find it easier, the folks find it easier if they set up the folders first and they simply browse to them. If you're a little more advanced in your computer work, then you can do it the other way, and you can make the folders on the fly as you go along. Okay? Once you do that, once you have all those set, remember to click Save, otherwise it's going to default back to the default settings and it's not going to work for you when you go to download video. Download video and capturing a snapshot are going to be the two biggest ones that you're going to do. All right? Preview record is probably not something you're going to do very often, and let me caution you about the preview record is that if you start recording video on the preview, which means that's the live video, and you click record and you forget about it and you walk away from your computer, if you're one of those people who want to sit around all day and watch live video from your cameras, and then you click record on it and then you go to lunch and come back, it can crash your computer because it's a lot of file information. All right, it's going to download a lot of data to your computer. So I caution you not to do that. Allow the recorder to do the recording and then download it from there. So then obviously you're going to click Save, and then you're going to go back to playback, and then you can do your downloads from there. So you got your snapshot and you've got your backup. Also over here you have a snapshot on this somewhere here. Where's it at? Bring up a live camera here. Come on, bring it up. There we go. And right there up in the corner, it's very tiny. I don't know why they don't make these icons bigger, but I don't know. They got a lot better eyes than I have. And that's a little camera icon right there, and that's a snapshot. So if you click on that, it just took a snapshot. This one over here, you don't want to click on that one. That's the record icon. Leave that one alone. All right. So just use the snapshot icon when you're watching it live. You're seeing something, you go, wow, I can't believe that somebody just ran into that car. You reach right up here and you can just start snapping pictures away, and it's going to put into that pre set up file that we just talked about making. Okay. Beyond that, I think you're good to go here. If you just watch it, I don't expect you to get everything all at one time. You're probably going to have to watch this a few times. There's a thing I call brain drain that people go through. You can watch this, and unless you're one of these geniuses that have photographic memory, you're a photo genius, and you just remember everything forever, you're going to suffer brain drain. So you could be able to come back to this video, and you're going to be able to watch it. And if you mark down the times on the video, if you watch the time clicking by on the video, and you mark down when I talk about something specifically, and then make a note of that, then you later on you can go directly to that section of the video and play that back. For instance, if you want to remember how to do the frame by frame, or if you want to know how to do the backup, or how to snap a picture, or how to play back pre-recorded video, how to search for it, how to use the calendar, different things like that, you can do that. But you'll always have this video tutorial to be able to help do that. So happy viewing, and if there's anything that Camera Vision can do for you, please do not hesitate to give us a call. We're always here for you. So thank you so much, and happy viewing.